Alright, I have returned to you for another night. This is the Russell Cage Experience, and as always, I am your lovely host, live from Williamsburg, Kentucky. Alright, not live, I'm sorry. From Williamsburg, Kentucky, Russell Cage, and this is my ECW recap slash review for February 17th, 2009. So, got home from rehearsal a little bit early tonight. Got to watch ECW tonight, and the main event was pretty good. They had some solid matches tonight, and we will go through those here shortly. Personally, the opening match was probably just a time filler, in my opinion. I don't know if they're going to be doing much from here or not. But they had the Boogeyman versus Paul Burchill, who had Katie Lee accompanying him out to the ring. Paul Burchill picked up the victory with a roll-up after Boogeyman goes to grab his bag over in the corner. That offered enough time for a distraction for Paul Burchill to roll up the Boogeyman and get the victory. We may see something as far as like maybe a tiny feud come out of this, but I wouldn't really get any big hopes and dreams and plans up for it. So next up we have a good match between John Morrison and Tommy Dreamer. John Morrison, of course, picks up the victory against Tommy Dreamer, continuing this entire Tommy Dreamer versus Morrison Miz feud that they got going on. Then we have a Finlay, Hornswoggle, and Christian segment, basically just saying Christian just wondering if Hornswoggle was going to be a distraction in the match, which he was a distraction at No Way Out, costing Finlay the ECW Championship against the All-American Jack Swagger. My roommate loves that name that they come up with. It's almost like the All-American Arab, if you will. He came up with that one himself. So, anyway, back to the thing here. In a good match, even though it had a jobber in it, Caden Matthews, Tyson Kidd. This kid, no pun intended, is impressing me quite a bit. I'm really looking forward to see what he can do in the ring. I mean, we're seeing what he can do in the ring. But I'm looking forward to him getting a push in the future. I think he has a lot of potential, and he has Natty Neidhart as his manager. So, had a lot of manager tonight in matches. I mean, you had Paul Burchill with Katie Lee, and John Morrison with The Miz, and now Tyson Kidd with Natty Neidhart. So, and we're going to see here in the main event that both teams have a manager with them, so it was a manager-heavy night, so to say. And pretty much everybody that had a manager is the one that won. So, but yeah. But Tyson Kidd, for me personally, I would like to see him put in some sort of feud with Evan Bourne. I think those two would have some great matches together. So, because they're both high flyers, they're both really great technical wrestlers as far as that goes. So Tyson Kidd putting up a really good match. I mean, it was mainly to showcase him tonight, but Caden Matthews was the jobber in the match tonight. So Tyson Kidd picked up the victory. Had a short segment, I guess. Tito Ortiz trying to encourage Tommy Dreamer, so we might be seeing Tito Ortiz get involved in this John Morrison Miz thing. I know they had some sort of feud between them a while back when Tito Ortiz was first starting out. So, and then in our main event, we had Mark Henry and Jack Swagger versus Finlay and Christian, and very good match here in my opinion. It is mainly Finlay, Jack Swagger, and Christian that made the match, but the finish to the match was very exciting. The entire Christian getting picked up by Mark Henry, he gets dropped. Hornswoggle's distracting Mark Henry. That allows Finlay to come in, hit Mark Henry in the head with a shillelagh. Jack Swagger kicks Finlay, and then he gets ready to go for the gut-wrench powerbomb of his, and Christian reverses it into the unprettier. So, very fast-paced and good finish to the match. Christian and Finley picking up the victory in that match, and it's quite possibly one of my favorite matches of the night, right behind Tyson Kidd and Kane Matthews and John Morrison versus Tommy Dreamer. So overall, it was a okay ECW. The wrestling on the show was really good. I thought, at least in my opinion, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So if you didn't think it was good, that's cool. Just put the reasons why you thought it was horrible in the comments below. But that is my recap. I'm really expecting a possible triple threat match between Jack Swagger, Finley, and Christian for the ECW title, possibly even WrestleMania. But next week we have Christian versus Jack Swagger for the ECW Championship. So we'll see where it goes from there after that. But honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing a Finley, Jack Swagger, and Christian triple threat feud for the ECW title here. It might be even something to hold off for until after WrestleMania, because Christian may end up going to a different brand altogether. He may end up going over to SmackDown or maybe even Raw. I think he has a lot of potential to do good on Raw. He could, quite frankly, he could probably feud with Chris Jericho over on Raw, or I really couldn't see him feuding with Rey Mysterio or anything, but that's another possible person he can have a match with. I'm trying to think of all the people on Raw. Maybe Shawn Michaels. I can't remember. I'm thinking that a while back they had some sort of feud or matches that they had together. But anyway, ECW tonight, match of the night goes to the main event with Mark Henry and Jack Swagger versus Finley and Christian. And it was a solid ECW as far as the wrestling goes, and especially furthering this ECW Championship storyline. So that's my recap / review and my thoughts of ECW this week. Be sure to leave your comments below. Don't forget to rate the video if you liked it or whatever. And as always, if you have any questions, I know one of my friends on MySpace want me to do a thoughts, and I might even have time to do it right now about the entire Chris Jericho situation. But I'll hold off on that. It's in the past. There's not much to say, but honestly, I thought the fan was the crazy one, and Jericho was just defending himself from what I've seen in the video. So anyway, that's my video for ECW tonight. Hope you're all having a great week, and as always, thank you for watching, and you guys have a great night.